What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Here we are again. So, as you guys seen in my previous video, I ended up taking this shitty exhaust out to try to get the car aligned, and luckily, sure enough, it worked out with these ugly headers here. I took the car to a shop, and they were real cool. They actually had the alignment kit that mounts on top of the rims, so I was able to get it aligned, and it cleared the ramp, so it worked out pretty good. But yeah, sure enough, the car's basically aligned now, ready to hit the roads. So what I'm gonna end up doing today is just swapping the exhaust back, because I don't like this loud sounding car. It's just not fun. It just sounds rough, and then all the fumes coming in because the exhaust is just leaking right there. So if I stop at a light, all the fumes just leak in, so it's horrible. So I do got a few plans to kind of modify this thing to try to lift it up higher. That way it doesn't rub everywhere I go. If you guys can see, I got this thing flipped over, and all this been scraping everywhere I go. So you guys can see these little wires are ripping up because it just hits everywhere. If you guys see this gap, so what it's basically doing, this is basically how it sits in the car. So that's pretty level, and then it goes over the lower control arm, and then it loops back in. And as you guys can see, I already did a split here. So what I'm doing is giving that split so I could get that piece to lift a little bit, because that piece was angled down pretty good. So basically lowering this even more. So what I'm gonna do is kind of bend it back up, and then weld that, and then mount it in the car, and then see what it does with this. So right now what I'm gonna do is just rock this exhaust, and then down the road, when I do find a better one that fits in here without being so low and hitting everywhere, I'll probably redo this whole piece, or maybe find a better exhaust, because like I said before, I don't like loud exhaust because it just sounds nasty. It just it gives the Hondas the bad reputation, the rattle can reputation, and we don't want that. We just want them to sound as clean as possible. But other than that, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna just weld this, and then try to see if I can make this fit a little bit better with this header, and then see what happens. And then we'll take it for a ride, go hit some curvy roads or something. Alright guys, so you always got to make sure, especially after getting an alignment, to go through and make sure they tighten everything, because it's happened to a lot of people before. They'll forget to tighten something down, and then your alignment will go out of whack in a few days, because all the vibration, it slowly starts changing. So you see, the guy actually forgot to tighten this upper camber. Hopefully it didn't move too much on the drive home. And a lot of times, like I said, it slowly just starts moving. So you always got to make sure everything's tight, like all the screws back there. Got to make sure everything's tight. And I'm gonna do the same on the front, because it's better safe than sorry, and then you have to take it back. In my case, I got to remove the whole exhaust, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. So that's why I'm going through and making sure everything's good before I call it good. But yeah, so far it was just this one, so I got to check the front and make sure everything's good, and we should be good. The car is ready to hit the road, so that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna put it on the ground and maybe go for a little run. It's good weather out. It's not hot anymore, so let's enjoy this thing. my brother for driving my car. This is the first time anybody has driven my car, especially built. Well guys, here we are after that good old 30-minute cruise we took with my brother. You know, I let him drive the car. What do you think? Good ride or no good ride?
I mean, a dude drives better than you.
This guy thinks he's a NASCAR driver. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm loving this thing. I really do need, you know, some seat time. Gotta start, you know, figuring out what the car's all about. That way I can get used to it and take corners a lot better and everything. But the alignment and everything, it feels like I'm in control 100%, so it feels real good. I'm excited now because I'm gonna start enjoying this in this wonderful weather. We're sitting maybe 72 degrees today, so it's real good. And then these afternoons, those are the best. So I'm definitely gonna be having more videos driving around, so stay tuned guys. I appreciate everybody that keeps watching my videos. Please like, share, subscribe. Until next time, peace.